Okay, we're doing a automatic transmission to manual transmission swap. This is a 1991 4-cylinder D21 hardbody. Had about 177,000 miles on it when the transmission decided to stop going forward. Building this truck into an autocross truck anyways. Actually, that would be a rallycross truck, and decided that we're just going to do a 5-speed manual swap. I have a good 90% of the parts necessary for this swap. I still have to get a drive shaft made. There's a few other little pieces, but you're going to want to get a clutch pedal. It can be usually found at a junkyard. You're going to most people will cut the brake pedal down. I decided to actually go with a 5-speed brake pedal, so I don't have to do any cutting. You're going to need a master cylinder, a clutch master cylinder. There's a plate underneath the hood. Right about here. That is where your clutch master cylinder will install. The mounting bolts for the master cylinder are part of the clutch pedal assembly. These two long studded bolts here, as you can see, those will go through the floor up in here. Now, the hardest part that people were complaining about was that there's a duct, a heater duct in the way. The only way to get around that, really, I found, is to remove the whole dashboard, which is not really all that bad. It's a few hours worth of work, lots of nuts and bolts, but as you can see, I did it, and if I can do it, pretty much anyone can. This will give you direct access to the piston clevis for the clutch master cylinder. There's a bracket that the automatic transmission comes with that blocks off the mounting bracket for the clutch master. Just unbolt that, and the existing clutch master will now go and bolt right in there. So, and some people opt to use the steering column from the automatic transmission that has the shifter. If it's a column shift, this truck was a column shift. They opt to use or reuse the steering gear, or the steering column with the shifter indicator on it, just disabling the shifter indicator. I didn't really want to do that either. I'd rather, make things difficult for myself and go the whole 9 yards. So basically, it's removing harness, lots of wiring, lots of nuts and bolts, but once she goes. Don't forget, you got to remove the A-pillar trim. I got hung up on that. I was just not thinking straight, I guess, and I'm sitting here banging my head on the thing, and it just turned out to be that the A-pillar trim was the only thing that was blocking me and in my way. In order to remove this AC tube, that's our climate control tube that's in the way, you have to remove 6 bolts from this bracket here. This bracket fits up in here. It's where the steering column mounts. You're going to have to remove that piece in order to gain access to it. Once you do remove it, there's a few bolts that hold it in place. Pull it out, and there it is. So now I've got ample room for my fat ass to fit in here and start mounting the steering column. That's going to be the next one. That's got to come out of this truck. This is a 1986.5 long bed V6. This one's got all the goodies in it, but unfortunately this thing probably will never see the road again. It's going to be a good parts truck. It's got 400,000 miles on it, and really all I want is the steering column out of it and a few other little knickknacks, and then I'm going to probably part it out from there. But for the meantime, I'm going to keep it for reference, and in case there's any other pieces that I happen to lose along the way, then that truck will be good for that. Anyways, I'll give you a walk around of the truck as we're building it. This is going to be a rallycross truck. It does have an 8-point cage that will be assembled inside of it probably later this year once I get it mobile. It does not move currently because the transmission blew up. But this is a 91. This one had has 177,000 miles on it, and it sat for probably a good 3 years, 4 years, because it started getting leaky fuel lines and nobody really wanted to deal with it. I bought it, and I took the bed off and redid all the fuel lines and the brake lines while I was under there, because it's going to need it. It's got some it was a work truck, so it's got some scars on it, but it's been a good truck. When it runs, when I have it running, it fires right up and it drives nicely. It gets about 22 miles to the gallon, so you really can't complain about a truck built in 1990 getting 23 miles to the gallon for an automatic. The timing chain doesn't even rattle on it. But Rallycross, SCCA Rallycross requires it to have a cage in it, requires it to be lowered. It will be lowered. I'm still trying to sort out the tires. I've got snows, but they don't allow studs on the track, so I got to de-stud it, or I got to come up with different snows. And some basic cosmetic work. Well, and that, she's a pretty straight truck, and I wanted a project, and here it is. So I will update these videos as I complete the work that's required of it, and I will keep you guys posted on what I find, little tips and tricks that might save you a little time on this. It seems that not a lot of people have done this, especially with a column shift. A lot of people just say go out and buy a manual transmission truck. Well, they're getting rarer and rarer every day. They're getting harder to find, and the good examples are commanding higher pricing all the time. So this truck, I bought it for $800. It had some pretty gaudy wheels on it, and it had a ladder rack on it. I sold the ladder rack and the wheels. So really, after all said and done, I'm into this truck for about $500. So you can't really argue with that. It's not going to win me any show trophies, but that's not what the purpose of this truck is. This truck is to go out and have weekend fun, some laughs, and kick up some dirt. So I'm hoping to have this done in the next few. I've been collecting parts all winter long, and as I said, I'm going to run into a lot of obstacles, things that are unforeseen. It is a 23-year-old truck. It was built in October of 1990, so it's going to have some issues along with it, I imagine. But that's all the fun. That's why we do this. We have fun. They challenge us in ways that we never thought possible, and if we can overcome the obstacles, then we learn something about ourselves on top of being able to learn how to do this. This is my first automatic swap, and I'm pretty sure that when it gets really down to it, it's going to get to be a pretty exciting and crappy job. So I'll keep you posted. This is going to be posted on YouTube, so subscribe, take a look, see what you think. Questions, pointers, advice, rude language, whatever, drop me a comment, let me know, and we'll just keep on plugging away. Thanks for watching.